All right, I am back, and we're going to need to look up the ritual. Not the ritual. We're going to need to look up how to finish the altar. There we go. We have quite a bit of this because it's already got this platform. We're just changing the top part. This size is the size that that one is. 4, 5, 6, 7. And 7 by 7 is 49. So yeah, the sooty marble is the same size. So like I said, we're just putting a crown on it essentially. So we need to do stone brick, or not stone brick, marble brick. Marble brick to finish this altar. All right. And looks like it's, we're gonna put blocks here and here, but they're not there on the inside. And then we're gonna go up one and create a little frame around that. Okay. All right. That's not where I really want to be, is it? And then the frame is 3. Okay. Like that. Am I gonna be able to reach from there, you think? Ooh. Haha. Now, is it only one gap in there? Is that correct? Yes. Okay, so we've got that correct. All right. Whoop. And ta-da! Oh. I look at it from a certain angle and it disappears? That's fun. It's there, though. Alright. I don't think I need those anymore. But there's our collector crystal that keeps blinking in and out of view. It's still there even when we can't see it, because you can see the little bit of residual sparklies. But yeah, there we go. Now to work with this altar, I haven't used it a whole bunch, but we need to do spectral relays, which we have to make some, which we can't make. Oh yeah, we can. It's like we don't need spectral relays if we make the lower tier craftings. We need spectral relays. And then it's a focusing crystal. Yeah, see, if I recall correctly, when we choose a recipe for the altar that is needed for this higher tier, you can see behind this image that there is a constellation. And that means it needs a celestial crystal. I'm not sure. It might need just a rock crystal. We'll try a rock crystal first. But either way, it needs an attuned crystal to that constellation, as well as the recipe on the inside. And these things on the outside here go in those spectral relays that they mentioned during the crafting process. It will request what it needs, and you place them, and then it'll craft. And there are a lot of fun things that you can make. You can see this one's octans. This one is vicio. So, you see? Yes, yes. All the funness. Get to learn about all these lovely things. Okay. But we now have our next tier altar, and that feels really good to me because we'll be able to do all the things. This is our highest tier altar, so now we just have all the fun stuff to do. We have building to do and exploring the advanced options that Astral Sorcery provides, which there are a lot of things from what I have learned. So yeah, we have a bunch of things to... We still have, I think, one, maybe two more constellations of the dim variety to find. We have another multi-block structure to make, which is the observatory. We need to do the other ritual, since we found out the one that I was focusing on was not the one I needed for flight. Darn it, Lucerna and Vicio got mixed around in my head. So Vicio is the one we need, Lucerna is the one we have. So we have no mobs in the area, which is fine. No mobs is fine. But we need to do another one of these, and I'm considering doing this setup exactly evenly on the other side. So I need to figure out lining it up from there where it is so that I can take the other side of that and do an equal one on the other side. So yeah, might be, this honestly might be the line, which would be lovely because this is the middle of that as well. And then we just need to make them the same Y level, which is, I can't read it in my lovely font, 102. Where is that on this side? Okay, so this is the line. We won't be doing it this far back. I just want to know how far. This is 102. So yeah, we'll figure out where on, whoops, this line we need to build it up, and we'll do the other ritual, the ritual for Vicio here. Yay! That'll be great. And then yeah, we have a lot of building to do here. Again, the other structure we need to do is the observatory, and I want to do that up there. So we'll figure out where the middle is here and go up there so that it ends up in the middle at the on the very top of the mountain. That's where we'll put the observatory. So somewhere this looks like it's relatively middle of the line. So somewhere along there is where it'll be. We'll probably mow this a little bit down. But yeah. Looking good. Getting really happy of this area. Okay, so things we need to do for this area. We need to make the other ritual, which means making a collector crystal that I thought I had made a goof on. We need to do another one of those, but we need to attune it to Vicio. And then we need to do another crystal celestial crystal. So a collector crystal and a celestial crystal, both attuned to VCO. And then we can do this setup over there, and we'll be able to fly in this area. I need to find out if the ritual anchor, if I can turn it on and off. I don't know if you can apply it if you can change it via redstone, or if you block its vision of the sky, if it will stop working. I don't know. So, yeah. Any thoughts? Turning ritual anchor on and off. Let's see. Yeah, I haven't seen, I don't know. I don't know if it is controlled by redstone or what. We may just have to make these multiple of these. Multiple. We may have to make a bunch of VCO things in every area, unless there are other options for flight, which I don't think there are. And it's not like it's map-wide flight, it's just local area flight that we're going to be working towards, so yeah. What else do I want to do in this area? I do know it would be nice to make some more spectral relays, both to have some over here for when we change constellations, but also we need it for the crafting. And to do that, we need some glass lenses we need over here. So we should make a nice supply of those, I think. And we only make one at a time. Spectral. These guys. So I can make 6. I can break these down too, but I can make 6 just out of this. Let's make those lenses. All right, you're missing. There we go. Resonating wand. Go. I wish we could automate this process. I'm pretty certain this is not automatable. The filling the wells here when they become empty is automatable. It chimed, but where's the... what? Oh, it's right here. So yeah, we can fill these, and now that we have the highest tier altar, we can learn how. Yeah. But this process, putting things onto the infuser, I don't think, and we can't right click without we personally have to do the resonating one right clicking, so. Yep. Hermes has a case of the zoomies. Last one. Yay! Did it take any of it? It did not. Yes, it did. No? Oh, that's full. Okay, well then we'll hang on to this for now. It's real nice to be nice and peaceful without mobs. Alright. Woo! So I gave us 6. I don't know what the maximum number is for here. And there's so many recipes. This one needs 3, 2, 5, 6. That's probably what it is. It needs 6 on its own. So we need to do more than 6. Yeah, we need more of those if we want to change. We're gonna need to change that over to Vicio. I wonder if we can during a rainstorm. Can I? Ooh, they glow. Okay. Thought I had 6. There it is. Alright. 1 there. 1 there. There's already 1 there. Is that right? Yep, it looks right, so it just means it's not in the night sky tonight. Alright. And it might just be because it's raining. Oop. But now whenever we do have VCO, we do need to make 2 attuned celestial crystals. And in order to do that, I need to actually spend hours and hours over here because I don't have an automated process, and I need to take these 2 and first split one so that I have another one that's the purity of 100, and then make these perfect. And that, if you guys haven't been here enough to know, requires you to just throw it in the starlight and wait till it consumes the starlight and refill it with more starlight, and just keep going until it gets to a maximum size of 900, and then at some point as it consumes starlight it will fracture into 2. It's not a fast process, and which is why Direwolf has always automated his process with integrated dynamics. And I watched his tutorial and his Let's Plays numerous times, and I got lost, so I wasn't going to try it on my own. So we're doing it the intended way. I mean, there's no way to automate it in Astral Sorcery, so I'm going to say that this is the grindiest part. And we're just going to stay here till it absorbs one bucket. We're not going to... But you're going to see, I spend hours standing here just refilling this with Starlight to get to where I have already. I do have some perfect rock crystals. The purity is the stat that we were working on that takes the longest. These are all the offshoots. But yeah, this takes a very long time. And thankfully, you know, these for the most part last a very, very, very long time. As I said, as we read, they do tend to build fractures up, and I think you can see them over time. And it's just the collector crystals. These are fine. But these, if you look at them and there's fractures in them, they actually start to look a little like they have fractures in them. And when that's the case, you can take it down and replace it. And I think Darkwing said that resets the fracture level. The collector crystal in our altar is fake. And I put my fingers up in air quotes. It's generated simply from the structure. You can't, when you break the structure, it will go away. So it's not like you can farm it. It's like the ones in the ancient ruins that you encounter throughout the world. That's what that's like. You can't break those either. I mean, if you break, you can break them, but you can't collect them. So, yeah. Alright, so it has consumed some starlight, and it has grown a little bit. And yeah, that's how that works. You just keep going until we need to fracture it first, and then grow up 2 of them to be perfect, and then attune them both to VCO and turn one of them into a collector crystal with the altar. And then I can make another one of these setups on the other side. Pretty majestic up there, Mr. Llama. Yeah. Doing some stuff and things over here. Let's put the marble away. I do want to figure out where I'm going to do my starlight transmutation for sand, and the other one for we'll have to do it in place for the Kekimers. So wherever our Botania setup, our Botania School of Magic ends up being, will be where we'll do starlight transmutation to turn pumpkins into cake. Yeah. Exciting, right? I think it's exciting. There's so much more to learn in here now that this chapter has opened for us. And we're just going to take a look at it real quickly. This is what we just unlocked, and it tells you how to do that. It's different and more complex recipes and whatnot. That's pretty much what that tells you. Hermes, I can't hold you right now, sweetheart. The ever-shifting fountain, that is something we want. The containment chalices, that is something we definitely want. There's the observatory, that is the larger structure, so we can find the rarer constellations. Enhanced crystal attunement, I have no idea what that is. The mantle of stars. Mundane armor like leather and armor certainly serves purpose, but are neither particularly beautiful nor functional. Infusing a normal leather chest with the energetic properties of the resonating gem and the transformative aspects of stardust allow for a more elegant and suitable piece of armor rather than the crude attire of a brute. Okay. Oh! Oh, Hermes, seriously? Did you have to jump from the floor to the back of my chair? Scare the heck out of me. The mantle can be aligned with one constellation at a time. The additional pages on the details of the effect of each constellation on the mantle have been added. Ooh. Does that mean I could fly with my mantle? Like with an elytra? That would be helpful for across the world. I've never used an elytra, so we have to learn how to use one. But faster travel is always nice. Instead of having to do all the warps. Speaking of warps, we should figure out where to do the starlight gateways. Yeah, that would be awesome too. Instead of just doing home somewhere, we actually use in-game fast travel. We have those. We have random things. So we have flu networks to play with. I think those are the only two methods of fast travel. Does blood magic have a teleportation sort of doohickey? I don't think so. But I know astral sorcery does, and I know random things has flu networks, which are magical. That'd be really cool to get into, but we need ender pearls in order to do flu networks. Hermes, I can't hold you right now, honey. Mama's playing her games. Oh. Okay, quick Hermes cuddle, guys, because he's being insistent. So, you know, if you want to chit-chat with me, clearly you can. I don't know if you can even hear him purring right now, but he's nice and loud. And get him some love so he feels loved, and then we'll get back to playing games real quick. You need some brothers. Yes, you do. All right, sweetie. I know, this was a lot shorter than when mommy usually cuddles, yeah. But I'm busy. I'm playing games. People are watching me right now. Okay, go put you down, baby. Down you go, baby. Oh. Let's see if that placates him for a little while. Sorry, folks. Sorry. All right. So what do we want to do here next? Mob farm. Here's a question for you. We trying to figure this out last time, but with mob farming, do we want to do spawners for the start? And if so, I need to find a skelly spawner. I don't think I have found one. Spider. Zombie. Zombie, zombie. This just says dungeon, but it's 2,000 meters away. Thaumcraft dungeon. Guardian temple. I've never done one of those. That's a heck of a lot of work. You get a lot of XP from guardians though, and then we'd have a new building block. I do not have the ability to fight this guy now because I've been going a little slower than normal. So yeah, I don't have... This guy needs to be removed because it's not there anymore. I don't have a skelly spawner, which would be really helpful. Zombies aren't exactly very helpful, are they? I could do a darkroom spawner. We could do a darkroom spawner. Let's see what magic methods we have for that. I'm thinking. I mean, I could totally do it with Botania. We would need a lot of mana. I really need to figure that out. Unless there are methods of getting like bones in other methods other than forestry, because of course bees will give you I mean, everything could come from bees, but that's not all magical. Deep mob learning, no. Just mob drops. Can we just get bone meal? We get 4 if you do Starlight Infusion. That's kind of cool. Or roots, you can get 4. Yeah. Good to know. But we want to be able to, you know, come to think of it. Should rename this one. Rituals. It is possible to automate almost every ritual. See, that is something that I need to learn. Because there is... See, that I don't want to do because it summons one at a time. And I bet for skeletons you need bones. Alright. The animal harvest is the one I'd love to get into. Animals in the vicinity of the ritual will willingly give up part of their physical essence, although suffering no harm to themselves in the process. And so we can collect their drops. We just have to set this up in the area, in a animal farm. And wildwood, carrots, melons, wild wheat. You can grow that. Wool. These are the things we would need to constantly replenish their supplies of in order to make the ritual automated. So we could automate it short term, like say, oh goodness, we need a whole bunch of leather, and we just put all of this stuff into an animal harvest ritual in our cow farm, which we don't have, and we'll get a whole bunch of parts as well, as long as it is full. And it's a relatively small amount of standing stones. 3 standing stones and a pyre, which you can automate the pyre. You just need to put a chest underneath of it. What I don't understand is it says it will auto light itself, but if you, as long as you have items in there, it'll keep running. So I'm wondering is if the pyre goes out, you run out of items in the inventory, and then all of a sudden it magically gets items in the chest for however method we would want to send items to the chest, would the pyre try to light itself if there was fire within that vicinity? Well, let's see here. Do we have all of the resources? We don't have wool. So what might be nice to do, because we have some melons and carrots, is to try to gather some sheep. And that's going to be difficult. And the reason it's difficult is because the direwolves have been killing off sheep left and right. So we may have to start working on... Are you full? Oh, you're pretty darn full. This is my automated stuffed aubergine farm here. Down there in the plains is where I want to have giant manual farms. And I might put the animal farms in like barns type structures down here as well. And of course we're running around where there's going to be mobs. But I think in this big flat plain area it would be really nice to have the mob farm, the passive mob barns, and the big farms just to look cool down here, not necessarily function. But yeah. There's one sheep. I see him. We just need a couple, and we need to protect them from dire wolves. There's usually zombies underneath those. I wish there were skellies under there. But, okay, so we have some plans. Well, there's no reason to set up a dispenser with fire charges on a timer, Darkwing. If I just have fire somewhere near the pyre, it will pick it up to relight. And as long as I protect it from any animals in the area, should be fine, I figure. So we have wild wheat. That's what this is here. We just need to automate the farming of it. It's grown on regular farmland, so we could use the water soil like what I have here because it auto harvests. Okay. Yeah, so like netherrack on fire. Yep. It'll just grab the fire from one of those source areas and just relight. And then the other thing we needed was the wild root, which also is on farmland, so we can do again with the water soil that root provides to auto harvest. So we'd have those two. We can even grow carrots and melons. I don't know if melons work because you need to... I don't think when a melon lands on the water soil that it would break. I think it's just a farmable block. So we'll need to harvest melons. But those are all the items, the harvesting, whoops. I forgot I have long reach. Yes, yes, and yes for auto harvesting using roots. Melon, I'm not so sure on. And the wool we could get by having one of the rituals running in a sheep farm to stock that. All right. How to protect sheep from dire wolves. I think the problem, no, there's two problems with the dire wolves and sheep. With a fence like this, you would think they are safe. even a wall or a wooden fence. But dire wolves, when they press up against the wall, can attack things directly on the other side. I don't know how that happens, but I've seen it happen. So if there's sheep walking along the wall here and a dire wolf comes by, bye-bye sheep. So we would need to make them too thick. Or I don't use solid blocks instead of wall. So we need to keep that in mind. Yep. So much thought process goes into how I play, doesn't it? You guys watch me do a lot of thinking. Put the sheep on a platform with a fence wall around. Platform. That's a good point. If I put it up and well lit, I mean, they need to be able to regrow their wool, because I still think the ritual, quote-unquote, shears them. So we still have that. I need to recharge. I think yeah, this is almost empty, my mantle jar. We should go do that. Step 1, grab some wood, because I don't think the ember boar has run in a while. Go down. All right, so as far as moving animals. Hi there. All right, let's go down. Hey, Darkwing, I would not. All I would need to do is make a grass stair step. Because I don't have Silk Touch right now. I don't have the ability to do that either at the moment. And I need to go mining, because I haven't done that in forever, and the quarry hasn't run in ages. I just thought of something. The cave illuminator from Astral Sorcery lights up caves in a huge area, right? Underneath of it. So I could do a dark room spawner not way up in the air. I wouldn't have to do it way up in the air. It could be, you know, out here. And just use cave illuminators to light up the underground area around it to take care of the performance. Hi. Alright, so back to moving mobs. Specifically, like, how do we gather all the cows and sheep? Are we going to do this vanilla? Or is there a magical method for picking up and moving mobs? First, let's see if there's any kind of lasso. Nope. We do have the mob imprisonment tools from Industrial Foregoing. Those would require us to get into Industrial Foregoing a little bit and get gas tiers. So that's ick. Is there a wand? Let's start with wand. These are all the magical wands from Electroblob's Wizardry. I don't think there are any Astral Sorcery ones that do it. So I'm gonna say that's probably a no. I know I don't have Carry On, and I know I don't have the Piggyback mod. Botania has a wand that it uses almost like a lasso. You like throw an invisible line to pick up the mob, and as long as you hold the mouse button down, you can carry the mob up in the air, and if you let go of it, he flies. So you can end up killing them. So there's that. Might just be vanilla methods. So I think the plan here is to make several barns or rectangular square-like structures that have the ritual in them, and we'll have to protect the animals from the fire part if we want to do that step, which would not be hard, but we would need to do that. A way to feed items into the ritual from underneath. And we need to automate the farms of the resources to actually run the rituals. Now, there are a couple of other passive mobs in the pack. There are deer, but I don't think they're useful for anything. There are owls, which are also, I don't think they're useful for anything. Frogs. Yeah, see, none of that seems like it'd be useful for anything. Even for food types, it's probably pretty limited. Balmic Edition's Reconstructed Entity Cell. You can make entity cells way down the... These are pretty much like the Safari Nets and Mob Imprisonment tools, but the magic version. We're nowhere near this step, but that's kind of cool to know that Balmic Editions adds a way to do that. That's cool. We have a lot of stuff to learn. Can you believe we're almost at 50 episodes of this and we've got still so much to do. That's why I say I could probably play this pack for a very long time with all the stuff that it's got in it. So we need our usual pig, sheep, cows, chickens. Pig, sheep, cows, chickens. All right. I think I'm gonna probably wrap this up today. My throat's getting really sore, but between now and the next stream, which the next stream is hopefully Tuesday, we're gonna do a 1-hour coffee grind. I'm going to research bee automation with Buildcraft so I can make sure I know how to do that. I probably will craft all the things, all the ritual pyres and standing stones that I need for the passive mob farms. And then, if I have time, I will gather the passive mobs in that plains area and make the areas for each of those setups. So that when we do the grind on Tuesday, we'll grind out the the food that we're gonna need for items to go into the pyre. Yeah, so that we can actually turn one on, see what that looks like. That's my goal for Tuesday, is to prepare for passive mob farming without killing the passive mobs. So yeah, I think we're gonna do that. But that's gonna be it for me today. I'm going to rest my voice and have some lunch. I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday. Thank you for hanging out with me. I always enjoy having people around, and I will see you next time. Bye!